my gosh, all right. You might want to stay through the whole video because I promised I wouldn't spill beans, but I am Angie and no one knows I'm doing this and I'm going to do it. And you might lose your cannolis. But first, can we talk about how much you just accomplished in the span of 14 days? And my goal is that you would get to day 14 and just feel so dang good about yourself, that you conquered limiting beliefs, that you have let go of labels of what people have called you in the past, that you were able to overcome fears and doubts and judgment and kick that little dude to the side and just be able to finally get clear on what actually matters to you, stop feeling guilty, and do the stuff that truly freaking matters to you. And imagine if you can go forward with this feeling, not just into the end of the month, but into the end of the year. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, all that I wanted is that you would go through these 14 days and feel like you finally had a reset on your month, on your year, maybe on your freaking life, the way that it's going. And if you did feel that in any way, please, and this is, oh my gosh, this is the funnest thing to do on live. Will you guys give this video a quick little thumbs up? Not in the live chat because it'll go away, but in the actual video, it goes boop, 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 and it means the world. And I think that it's just a true testament to the fact that you showed up to day 14. You did this for you. You did something completely in the best way, selfish for you and for your future. And I think that the biggest lesson over the past 14 days is that sometimes when it's good selfish, you got to do it. Because if you're putting everybody else's needs before your own, you're going to find yourself in a very unhappy spot, which is, I think, where a lot of us were at the end of the last month. We were like, what am I actually doing? Like, what in the actual, and to what end? And that was the question that I asked a few days ago. To what end? What am I doing this all for? Why am I bending over backwards for a one-sided relationship of either a boss, a coworker, an online person, or a employee or employer, or a friendship, a really brutal friendship that you need to maybe step into your villain era a little bit more and set some boundaries. So what I have today, before I show you, I wish I could give these to you guys. I have, the rest of them are downstairs, so I'm going to do these after, but I'm going to label each of these bottles, and I do have different ideas. So if you don't want to pop a bottle of champagne, which these were, I believe, $16 each. So easy enough, but it does add up if you're doing 10 of them. So with that said, you could do maybe 10 little Sephora gift cards for little, like $5, $10 for yourself. And you could tie a note to each of them and the note that you're going to put on it. And the reason why we do this is because if you're anything like me, you achieve a goal and you're like, cool, awesome, thanks. And you barely celebrate it and you just keep going and you take no notice of the fact that you did that thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of my big goals for the year that we did together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blank piece of paper. You can do this with a piece of masking tape if you want to. I just want to make it pretty because I'm Angie and you know how I am. I just need, you can do this with ribbon, you can get creative. And I grabbed some black ribbon because, to be honest, that's all I had. But it also goes really cute on these bottles. But yeah, you could do a little something for yourself. And the whole point of this is that you pause and you celebrate that you did that thing. So pull out your 10 goals that we set, your 10 goals for the year. By the way, you're not going to be popping bottles all month long. It's for the year. So when you see it that way, I understand that I think the ideal price for each of these things would be around, just in or around or under $20 so that it's for the year. It feels special enough that you're celebrating it, but you're not breaking the bank on it either. The whole point though is the pausing part. So I think that's what's most important. Now I need to get a little paper. I do have scissors. So real talk, do you have your 10 goals by now? Because this was your restart, your refresh, your fresh start, your reset on the month. If you do not have your 10 goals for the year or your 10 goals, which are different, but they, like we talked about, your 10 goals for this month hopefully feed into your 10 goals for the year. If you do not have either, I'm calling your butt out right now. If you passively watched over the past 14 days, I am very proud of you for being here. But if you want things to change, you have to change, and you have to stop passively watching life pass you by and start taking action. It's the only way that things are going to change. You got to pick up that pen and pick up that paper and get to work and stop watching everybody else achieve their dreams while you wait for yours to happen. And the biggest difference is that you're just not taking action. And if for whatever reason you're scared of doing it, or it's just a passive thing where you're kind of watching and you're like, I'm not sure how to do it, or if I'm not doing it right, you're doing it right. If you do it, you're doing it right. If you do it your way, you're doing it perfectly, because nobody else can be you. There'll be a watered down version of you, but there's only one you. So if you're doing it your way, in your most creative, authentic self, it's the best way to do it. So with that said, do you have your 10 goals? And you better be writing them now. I don't want to hear that you have 5 out of 10. That day, technically day 1, but day 3, where we set those 10 goals, there were so many people in the chat that were like, wait, what? I was never doing it like this. My mind is blown. I've never planned this way. And now I have 10 goals. You should have 10 monthly goals every single month. And if you aren't, you are robbing yourself of a beautiful future. Take the time to set goals. If you do not have your 10 yearly goals, take the time to go do that. So I did a little note on each of them with a little ribbon, and they're going to sit in my fridge, and you bet your bottom dollar that I am going to pop these as I achieve these goals throughout the year. So that one says Rainforest Room. The center of this vision has like a little picture of a chipmunk with a tail. He actually has a really big tail, but he's so cute. I'll cover what the goal is. Physical health. So if your year goal is to lose a certain amount of weight, that's great. That is very measurable. Somebody was asking that in the live chat. If I have a goal of losing 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever it might be this year, is that good? That's totally measurable. You can totally track that. And then your monthly goal could become either a lesser number of that you're on your way to that big goal, or it could be to do a daily workout program. It could be to make sure that you are cooking dinner every single night, to delete the Uber Eats app. What is something that you can track every single day? Do you feel different than you did on day 1? And how do you feel different? Do you feel lighter, more creative? Have you let go of a lot of stuff? Do you feel a little bit more like a villain? A little bit more in your villain era? Do I have my villain era candle? I do. It's so funny when they first came in. Oh, the only one I didn't burn, the purple one. The purple one is the color personality of the Creative Queen, by the way. So it smells like pineapple whipped goodness. They're all magically inspired, by the way. This one is the villain era one. And then the pink one, which when they first came in, the purple one was my favorite, then it was the pink one, and now I love the black one. So don't ask me, I like them all. But I did spill some beans the other day, and I said another one of my favorites. Oopsies. Okay, so I'm going to tie this around. So by the way, if you have ideas of things that you could use as your little celebration, please drop it in the chat, because I do understand that not everybody wants to pop a miniature bottle of champagne, especially if you are on the no drinking train. All good. You could pop little bottles of apple cider also and still celebrate yourself. You could get, I don't know, like a little face mask, like a little spa day kit. Just make it cute. Make it exciting and make it cute. Do not rush it. I feel like that's the biggest lesson over the past 14 days. Don't rush your happiness. Don't rush your goals. Don't rush anything that's for you and for your future and what matters most. How freaking cute. They're adorable. And I will share as I pop these. Okay, do you want to see me spill the beans and watch the Daily Grind team freak out? It was so funny the other day. I was on live and I was spilling beans. And they were like, where's Angie? And they're like, she's on live. And our main girl, Britt, was like, what's she doing? Spilling beans. What else would she be doing? Okay, I am going to say so much and you're not going to be ready for it. And this is something that has been asked for on every single live that I have done. This was not planned. I do not have a launch date. I can just show you what's coming because I can confirm that it's coming. All right, are you ready? There's 4 of them. First, I'll show you the 4 colors and it might give away the theme. So it's a little pink bow. There is a blue one. And yes, they're metal. Does that give away anything if they're metal discs? Maybe. If you start screaming and I'm going to be so happy. This one is like a tone-on-tone natural colored one. And this one's a green bow. The bows are all different, like slightly different. I will not be showing you the covers, but I can tell you one word. It starts with an L. Do you have it? We will be launching a new Luxe collection, and it is different and it is fabulous, and it will be our spring launch, and it is giving a fresh start, and it is luxurious and so, can I say cozy? I don't want to get in trouble. It's cozy and beautiful and just so picturesque and so storybook, and you're going to love it. I'm so excited. So I was not intending on spilling beans, but I would never be Angie if I didn't give you a little view as to what we were innovating and working on behind the scenes. So I'm so excited. I truly hope that this series changes the course of your month and your year and your life. From the bottom of my heart, these videos are incredibly time-consuming, filled with energy. I pour everything that I have into these, and I just give it my all. So all that I want in return is just to know that it at least helped one person. And if it does that, then I have done my job. And I'm just so grateful for you guys. And just please know that I would not show up if it wasn't for you guys. I would not do any of this because it is not easy to show up every single day. And I know that it might seem very easy or like I'm motivated, and it really isn't, but I just want to say thank you to you because I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for such an incredible community of such positive, inspiring, amazing people. You guys make it easy to show up. You do, because I know that whenever I do it, even if it's very, very difficult to do that every single day and to just pour so much time and energy in the late nights of like, I've been staying up till like 2:00 in the morning editing these and making sure that they're up for you guys. But to see the smiling faces and the comments and the breakthroughs in the chat, it's what makes it all worth it. So that is why I do what I do, and I just love you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Until the next time, until our next series, and I really feel like this might go down as one of my favorite ones ever. So it might alter what we do in the future because I really like these longer videos, even though they're crazy to create. So seriously, thank you for showing up. Thank you to you. Cheers to you for showing up and setting yourself up for a fresh freaking start for this year and drawing a line in the sand and saying no more and moving forward in the best place ever. So you did it. You did this. And I hope that today, on Valentine's Day, if you're watching this live, that you are so proud of yourself, because my goal in this was that you would just love yourself a little bit more, speak to yourself a little bit kinder. And if you are here today, you did good. So cheers to you. Big hugs, big kisses. Congratulate somebody else in the chat if you saw them here every single day. And just please know that if nobody told you, I am so freaking proud of you. And if anybody has ever made you feel like you can't do something, you just did this, which speaks volumes to your character and to your personality and your drive. So whatever you want to go after this year, I'm pretty sure you'll crush it. Thank you so much for being a part of this, you guys. I love you. And I will see you very soon. Bye, dudes.